recording. Hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining SAP Extended Warehouse Management, the demo. This particular demo goes with this agenda. First, instructor intro, and we talk about what is business and enterprise, and what is warehouse, and what is extended warehouse, and what is the difference between extended warehouse management and SAP WM, why to enroll this particular program, and typical challenges various industries are facing nowadays, and the solution for this and SAP roadmap. Now, let me start with this agenda. Let me start with this my intro. So, me as Shiv Shankar, I'm a distinguished SAP Press author and esteemed SAP professional, bringing over 2 decades of multifaceted expertise in SAP domain. And my career spans across supply chain solution architect lead for SAP supply chain logistics. Apart from that, I say I started my career way back with SAP. Basically, I'm into marketing. My domain is always a marketing. My domain is marketing, where I have done in marketing in SAP marketing of the textile industry, basically. And later I moved to this industry, SAP industry. And then I started with SAP sales and distribution because I'm more into the marketing. Then I started with the sales and distribution module. That's a sales and distribution. This is one module, which is the sales and distribution. Then after 4 years, I expanded my skill to material management. Then later again, I expanded my skill set to LE, logistic execution and warehouse management. Then further expanded to the extended warehouse management, TM, and yard logistics. And since 20 years, I'm into SAP world, and I'm an instructor for SAP education and adoption, and delivered many corporate trainings. Name the companies like TCS, Accenture, and many other consulting companies, apart from the companies like PepsiCo or Aldi, BMW, and you can like a DKSH, Novartis. There are many companies I have delivered a training. Around so far, 1,000+ participants, I have delivered my trainings. This particular I deliver as a private batch like this in EWM and TM and yard logistics as well. This is all about my background. Now, let us talk about what is business and what is enterprise. One should know the difference between business and enterprise. The business are nothing but what you see in a day-to-day. Business refer to an activity or organization engaged in a business, engaged in a production, buying and selling goods or services to get a profit. So key purposes of the business is primarily profit driven and also can range from small scale operations. Structure include various legal forms, properties, proprietorships, partnerships, etc. Example, if you talk about the business, you must be seeing anywhere across the globe a local grocery store or startup offering software solutions or multinational corporation like Apple. These are all business. But what is the enterprise then? Enterprise is a broader term that often refers to a large structured organization or complex business initiative. It can also refers to entrepreneurial endeavors. The scale compared to the business with enterprise is enterprise usually larger and more complex than standard business, involving multiple operations, divisions, and geographic locations. So, the purpose of the enterprise is to may extend beyond profit generation to include innovations, market leadership, or societal impact. So, types of enterprises could be commercial enterprises, social enterprises, and technology enterprises like the SAP as an ERP enterprise. So when you talk about commercial enterprise, it could be you can refer the e-commerce and retail industries like Walmart or Alibaba or Amazon. And social enterprises, you can take off a social environmental goals. Those are kind of Thomas shoes, etc. So once you see the business and enterprise, one should have a very clear cut understanding what is the enterprise. Example of the enterprise, as I said, it could be Amazon or Tesla, the multinational corporations, or government agencies, or public sector organizations, also in enterprises, or if you have a non-profit organizations, also enterprises. Now, if we see the difference between enterprise and the business scope is goods or services or industries, whereas enterprises, it's a broader, it's a multi-industry or multi-purpose. And scale is smaller, medium size, you can consider as a business, and enterprise is usually larger and more complex. Profit driven, and whereas enterprise, it can include profit, innovation, and societal goals. And the technology here, where we are working in, not in typical term in IT, yeah, but whereas in enterprise, we commonly used an enterprise systems. The technology used to run their businesses, we call the technology used is enterprise systems. That is nothing but ERP or CRM. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, and CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. So, an example, as I said, retail store or freelance services, an enterprise is a could be global organization or government organizations. So, in conclusion, if I say the difference between business and enterprise is business is a specific activity organization aimed for profit making, whereas enterprise often signifies a larger, more complex organizations. Now, let's talk about 5 Ws of ERP. What is ERP? SAP EWM, where you join the program. This is a part of the ERP. First, you need to know what is the ERP. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, is a software solution designed to integrate and streamline core business processes across departments such as finance, procurement, manufacturing, sales, and human resources. And it provides unified platform for real-time data access and improved decision making. And who uses this ERP is it could be variety of organizations use this ERP. It could be small, medium, or large enterprises. And in the enterprise, specifically, who use this particular software or executives or managers, operational staffs, like the finance people or employees, procurement employees, production employees, sales employees. And where this particular ERP is applied across across the organization during finance, supply chain and logistics. Supply chain and logistics is inventory management, procurement and distribution. Our area, The SAP Extended Warehouse Management falls under the bucket of the supply chain and logistics. The EWM is part of the supply chain and logistics. And next, manufacturing. It's nothing but production planning, scheduling, and shop floor. And sales and marketing is nothing but order processing and customer analytics. Similarly, why ERP is important is to improve the efficiency, visibility, collaboration, scalability, and compliance. And when this particular ERP need to be implemented, when this particular ERP need to be implemented, in existing systems are outdated or unable to handle growth. This is very, very important. Existing systems are outdated or unable to handle growth. There are many companies before SAP as a software or before ERP as a software come to the market. There are many homegrown systems were built by the many enterprises. Maybe Procter& and Gamble or Unilever or Toyota. They are all built their homegrown systems to work and to run their businesses across the globe. Now, those systems are outdated or unable to handle the growth. To meet the competition across the globe and to sustain in the market, they need to handle the system should be capable of handle the growth of the company and to compete with their competitors across the globe, because now the market has become a global open market. It's a globalization. The earlier times that systems are not, globalization is not there, so they are working on the local market, local competition, etc. Now it's a global. And the business face challenges with the data silos and lack of integration. The businesses face challenges, data silos. Data is in one local system. When they are working in a homegrown environment, they are working on homegrown system, what they have built for their business. There is a one data silo. Each of the country has their own system. So data is all scattered here and there. And there is no integration between, suppose say there is Toyota has in Germany and US and in India. And but all three has their own legacy systems. Th- No one knows that what are the quantities or stocks available in India, re- nor in Germany, and nor in US at any given point of time. That is the reason ERP is playing very vital role to have at any given point of time what is there in across the globe, what is the stocks available, what is happening across the globe. That is the purpose the SAP ERP. That is the purpose ERP. Either it is a SAP ERP or any other ERP. There are many other ERPs also. Now we are just talking about ERP as the application which are used for the businesses. The many manual processes are inefficient and error prone, and there are regulatory requirements to standardize the reporting. That is the reason ERP has become must to implement for many organizations. ERP has become must to implement for many organizations. Now, as we seen the 5 Ws of the ERP, now let us talk about how the warehouse look like, and typically how the warehouse look like. This is typically a warehouse, how it look like. Now, if I say This is a typical warehouse. In the typical warehouse, you see this is nothing but you are seeing here. These are the nothing but door. Each of the warehouse will have a doors. This is the door 1, door 2, door 3, and door 4. In this warehouse, the stocks are all the material are stored in the warehouse. These are the doors. The trucks are waiting here. In our the doors is also a concept within the warehouse because this door are part of the warehouse. Our total topic about the extended warehouse management is about the warehouse. Leave about SAP, leave about ERP, leave about SAP ERP, leave about SAP EWM for a moment. First, understand what is the warehouse. What is the purpose of the warehouse? The purpose of the warehouse is store the material and efficiently pick the material for the business needs. The specific warehouse, you'll have a outside, you will have a structure will be like this, has a many doors, and each of the door, purpose of the door is to the vehicles can come in and to store, to unload the material, to keep the stocks somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here, here, whatever it is. And similarly, there will be some trucks will be coming to pick this particular material and to load in the in this particular container so that it can go to deliver to our customers. So doors are meant for either loading or unloading. After after unloading or loading, whatever activities are happening in this total building are within the warehouse which we are going to work. That is the detailed functions, how optimally these materials can be stored in the warehouse. The place outside this of outside of this building is called a yard. YARD. Yard is the place where next to the warehouse where the trucks or containers will be parking or will be kept during the load, during the place of the door where the vehicles can come and load the material in the truck. Now, let us talk about now once I have it. Now, once I have this particular containers in place, this is just a sec. My pen is not. Once I have this, I have to go to the next slide. I'm just checking why this one. Hmm. Okay, now I'm back. So, sorry, that typically when you are working in any place, have you ever anyone has seen the godown anywhere? This is how typically the godown looks like. Wherever you are in any village or wherever you are, you will have a typically a rice godowns. In the rice godowns, you see there is a pallets. On the pallets, you have the different kinds of rice bags were kept. This particular also how to store this particular rice bags. See, you have a numbers here 543. These are nothing but a bins. How optimally you store this particular rice bags in the warehouse. Similarly, this is how the typical warehouse where we call as a pallet warehouse, where you have a cartoons and all the warehouses, all the way across the warehouse, different racks. Within that, you put different small size, large size, different boxes. And similarly, you have this all place, tables here. This is the place where after unloading, you need to do some inspection or checking. Those activities will be taken care. Earlier, we have seen outside. Now, inside of the warehouse, it can be look like this. Different racks with a different materials. These are all called as the oils, stacks, etc. Now, this is a one more example where you see that pallet warehouse. The pallet is nothing but a wooden crate. On the wooden crate, you will keep your material on the top of it. And similarly, one more example here as the pallet storage. This is the one of the warehouse which called as the ASRS warehouse, stands for Automated Storage and Retrieval Warehouse. These warehouses, the machinery like this, a crane will go and pick the material. This is the these are the where we say that totes we call in our language, in the warehouse language, you call as a tote. In the tote, there will be small parts. Suppose say there is an industry like automobile industry. There will be small bolts and nuts, different kinds of nuts, different sizes, for different kinds of requirements. Or the pharma industry. So this will be kept in this particular boxes. The system will check where exactly this material based on this particular crane will have a scanners. It will go and pick the material and bring it to the destination. And similarly, this is also in one of the in the warehouses, there is called a robotic packing. These robotics will be doing a packing of the material after the pick the material from the warehouse. And now let us talk about warehouse. Just now we seen what is warehouse and how the warehouse look like. Now we talk about warehouse management. Warehouse management refers to the system control and optimization of all warehouse operations from the receipt of goods to their storage. From the receipt of goods to their storage, picking, packing, and outbound shipment. It ensures accuracy, efficiency, and traceability within the warehouse. Warehouse management, here we are not talking to the SAP warehouse management. General warehouse management we are talking. The extended warehouse management is the application of the SAP which will use to meet the requirements of the warehouse. And what are the requirements of the warehouse? Is to systematically control optimization of all warehouse operations, systematically control control and optimize of all warehouse operations from the receipt of goods, storage, picking, packing, and outbound shipments. The warehouse, any of the warehouse will have a totally 8 pillars. First thing is goods receipt, and second thing is put away and stock and picking and goods issue and physical inventory and stock transfer and reporting. Now we'll spend few minutes. What is this all 8 pillars? I just open a PPT. In any business, first to understand what is warehouse, let's understand before the goods receipt what it is that. Now let us say there is a company, there is a company, say that you are PepsiCo, or you let's take a company, take as a Volvo. Yeah, Volvo is the company where it is it has a many departments. Volvo is automobile company, you all aware of it. This particular company need to have a multiple departments to run the business. To run the business, you need to have a multiple departments. What are the departments? To run any business or enterprise. Now let's talk about Volvo is an enterprise which has the larger in size and which has the presence across the globe. Now to run this enterprise, what are required? First, we need a money. Money is that what is the money required and how to do with this money, where to put and how to get a profit from for this to by running my business. That department is called a finance. To run this finance, to run this finance, if we are Volvo has gone with SAP ERP function, in the ERP function to handle this particular finance department, they have SAP FICO is a module. First and foremost, they need finance. Money, that department is a finance. FICO is the module within SAP. Now, to run this, once okay, we have it. Now we need to procure the raw material from different carriers. To manufacture a car, I need a many SM parts like doors, gates, doors, mirrors, glasses, lot of. To procure those raw materials, I need to have some department who take care of that all my procurement. That department is a purchase or procurement department. In the SAP, they call this as a SAP material management is the module who takes care of the procurement. Okay. Now I did the procurement of the glasses or mirrors for this. Then after that, what I have to do? I need to assemble. I need to build a car. To build a car, I need to assemble all the parts. To assemble all the parts, I need to have a one department. I need to plan what, which vehicle, what need to be done, etc. For those particular purpose, we have a production department. To handle this production department in SAP, we have production planning is the module. Similarly, once I completed the production planning, I need to sell because my business, my enterprise objective is to get a profits. That is the reason I need to sell. That is the reason I have a sales department. The responsibility of the sales department is to sell my cars or my vehicles. That department is in SAP. There is a module which takes care of the requirements of the sales, that is the sales and distribution. Now, now these are the finance, sales and procurement and production. And also, once I have a sales and procurement, once I do the production, immediately can I store immediately can I sell the product immediately? No. Answer is definitely no. After I manufacture the material, I need to store. For that purpose, we have a warehouse as a department. Where you store, wherever you store in your particular OLO company, that is called a warehouse. You store the material in the warehouse for the efficiency. For that particular purpose, we have a concept called a warehouse management. As we have seen, the warehouse management is efficient and scalable in nature. That is the reason you store. Now, as I said, you can store the in the warehouse, whether it's the raw material, whatever you received here, or the finished product after completing the production, also you store it in the warehouse. Once you store in the warehouse, the sales department has sold the as successfully got the sales requirements or sales leads from the customers. Then that particular one has to be moved to the here. Yeah, that particular material need to be picked from here and bring it to this particular location. This is that particular material need to be picked and put up, need to picked and to deliver to the customers. Whatever the material I store, I need to give it to the customer. I need to send it to the customer. During the sending to the customer, I need a transportation also. I need the vehicles to ship the materials. That activity is taken care by the transportation department. This transportation department in SAP, not in SAP, we call as a transportation management as a module. Now, so far, any questions from anyone so far about the departments and the modules? Before I go to the EWM, I need to tell you that what is the particular departments. To run a business, we need to have a multiple departments, because all the departments or humans will be working to handle those. You have a human resource, that is nothing but HR module. So now, as we discussed about the departments, now we talk about warehouse. Any of the warehouse, I am showing this particular screen. Any of the warehouse typically looks like this. So this is the place are nothing but a doors. Doors are nothing but the place where the trucks will be waiting to load or unload. And these are the racks. There are multiple racks. Within the racks, you have a different materials. When I say different materials, or you can refer as a products. What is mean by product? Products in automotive industry, if you think of the products, you can call as a passenger cars like sedans, SUVs, electrical vehicles, commercial vehicles, trucks or buses, and automotive parts like engines or transmissions or tires are called as a products. Or if you take the manufacturing industries, manufacturing industries like Unilever, Nestle, P&G, or Novartis, all these companies falls under the manufacturing industries. The manufacturing industry, what is the product? You could be industry machines like robotics, conveyors can be a part as a products, or cranes also a products, or generators or transformers are also a products. And if you take up the retail industries like Amazon, Walmart, these industries, what are those products? Are similar to the fast moving consumer goods, which is called FMCGs, maybe snacks, beverages, these are all products, or apparels and fashions also product, electronics and households are considered as a product in the retail division. In the pharmaceutical division, the products are like medical devices, vaccines, these are all products. And the chemical industry also, you have a different products like acids, special chemicals, petrochems, etc. Similarly, oil and gas, if you take the industry, the products could be a crude oils or natural gases, or if you take airplane or defense industry, the commercial or military aircrafts, these are all different products are different based on the industry. Irrespective of the product, irrespective of the industry, the warehouse is the place where you store these products. Each of the industry will have a different set of products. Those will be stored. And based on that, the size and volume of the warehouse structure definitely will differ. Imagine the aerospace and defense industry. What they store, they have to store commercial or military aircraft. So you can imagine the size of the aircraft. To store the aircrafts, what kind of, what is the magnitude of the warehouse it should be. So based on the industry, you will have a warehouse structure. Now let's come to the topic. As we just seen, there are 8 pillars. One is the goods receipt. What is meant by goods receipt? Now, as I said, this particular truck has come with this all so many pallets. I mean, product. Let's say this each one of you, each one of this box is called you can call as a product. Let's imagine this particular blue box is a crude oil, and the green box is a natural gas. Let's take a industry like oil and gas industry. So this particular rack, I put the crude oils, I put in one area, and natural gas I put in the this area, in this next one side this, one side natural gas. Now this particular truck has come with the with the crude oil and natural gas as well. So to move this particular material, to unload this material, after unloading, I keep this particular first, because this particular truck has a door, I just put this particular truck here. This particular product, which is the crude oil barrel, I put the first here. I have unloaded from here and put up, I kept this particular crude oil barrel here. This is called as a staging area, which is called as a temporary location. I unload and I keep it here. That is the first step. This area is called a staging area. And after this, I do the goods receipt. I mean, once I receive, unload it, and I keep it here, I do the receipt. It means my responsibility of this crude oil is starting from now, from this moment. That is the first pillar, which is the goods receipt. This is the first pillar, what we have just seen here. This is the first pillar, goods receipt. Goods receipt, receive and verify incoming goods. I received it and then verified this particular crude oil barrel. That's the first step. After this first step, I have to store this particular crude oil in my warehouse. Where I can store? Whether can I store here, or can I store here, or can I store here, or here, or here? Where? The process of where I need to store this particular barrel is called a second step, which is a put away. Put away. Put away. Please understand the jargon. Put away. This is the put away. And after this put away, the third pillar, what you see here, stock management, track and manage inventory. Now, as we have seen here, put away has done. Now, stock management track. Now, at this any point of time, I can look into the warehouse where exactly this particular barrel is. I need to see what is the stock now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, something 14, 15. So 4, 4 and here 12, yeah, 4, 8, 8 plus, how much is that count? Anyone good in maths? So, yeah, okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever. Whatever the numbers are, like suppose say, total count of the barrels is 8, 8 plus 12, 13, 14, 15 are the barrels. This is again, the size is big. That's a big size barrel. So that's the reason I'm not counting. So for this particular barrels, how much is the quantity total? I have 15 barrels of the crude oil. That is the third step. Third step, stock management. So after I do that, next step, what I have to do? There is this particular truck has come. This particular truck is going to take the material from the customer for the customer. So then I need to load there are two barrels were requested by the customer of the crude oil. So actually the crude oil is there, the two barrels. However, the crude oil is here, here, here. In the rack 1 I have, rack 2 I have. So I need only 2 barrels. Like which 2 barrels I need to pick? Which out of this total 15, whether I am going to pick this first and then pick this, or how, or what need to pick, or what need to send to the customer. This process of what need to send to the customer. To send to the customer, first of all, I need to pick. Pick is the nothing but taking the material from the warehouse. That is the picking process. Once we complete the picking, the next process is a goods issue. The goods issue is the process. This particular, let's imagine that I have taken this 2 and kept it here in the loaded here, maybe here or here. Based on the different picking strategies in the system, we pick the material, these particular barrels, and then we load it here. After unloading, we do the goods issue. Goods issue is the process of issuing the material to the customer. It means the responsibility of here I am during receiving, I am taking the responsibility. Here I am giving out the responsibility to the customer or to the transporter. This is the picking. After picking, the next process is the physical inventory. Now, as I completed the picking, whether the stocks are okay or not. Now, how much it is? Total 15. Out of 15, I have taken 2 pieces. Whether the stocks are 13 or it's a 10 or it's a 9 or it's a 14. What is that? What is the stocks? Whether the stocks are right or do you have a proper stocks in place or not? That checking is nothing but checking the stocks, that is the stocking of the inventory. Then after doing that, you need to report to the management that what it is, how much is the stocks, etc. That is the last pillar, which is the reporting function. Any questions so far? Okay, no. Now, as we discussed about the warehouse functions, now let us talk about SAP warehouse now. Warehouse management is a module within ERP designed to manage and optimize operations, warehouse operations. This WM enables organizations to maintain high level of accuracy, streamline warehouse processes. So SAP warehouse management is part of the ERP since 1990s. In the SAP WM, you have the structure, put away, picking, goods receipt and goods issue. These are all key features. Then if you have a key features of this physical inventory and all, these are the key features like stock transfers, integration. These are all features within the SAP WM. Within the SAP WM, these are the features, and the benefits of the implementing SAP WM is to optimize the warehouse space utilizations, seamless integration, etc. Now, as we are working with SAP WM is there, then what is the EWM? EWM is the module where there are a lot of the customers are not meeting customers' demand because of the globalization, the warehouse demands, and how optimally you store the material and how efficiently you pick the material. It makes it become so challenging due to the globalization. Because of that, all the customers like Volvo or Pfizer, Novartis across the world, 90% of the entrepreneurs, the enterprises are implemented SAP ERP. So within the SAP ERP, this SAP WM, because of the global demand, as I said, the growth of the company has been and globalization, because of that, the SAP WM functionalities are not meeting the global standards. Then companies are started doing the lot of coding, customization, lot of customization in the SAP WM. Then let us talk about what is the customization. What is the customization? So that customization, 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 and one is the configuration. You need to know these two differences, configuration and customization. Now let us say I I am I I bought the clothes. I went to the tailor to take a measurements of my physique to tailor the cloth based on my physics. Whenever there is a you tailor something based on physics, that's called a customization. When you tailor something for the specific requirement, in my case, is a tailor the cloth. Now, if we talk about the businesses, the tailor the business requirements. Here we are doing tailor tailoring the tailoring according to the business requirement. Whenever you tailor according to the business requirement, that is the customization. If you buy something which is very fit for you, like ready-made fabrics, which is very fit. Then it is the configuration. Configuration is which is given by the SAP, which is ready-made fabric, something like ready-made clothes, yeah, which is very fit for me. Then that is the configuration. When the customization is something tailored according to the business requirement. Now, the SAP WM, the people are the clients, Volvo or Toyota, BMW, PepsiCo, Coke, any customers, they are doing a lot of customizations in the SAP WM to meet or to tailor their business requirements. So SAP thought that, okay, the market, they understand that pain of the customers, like customers, I would say here, the clients. Then they thought of building a new solution, which is called a extended warehouse management. Extended warehouse management is nothing but a warehouse management with extended. Whatever the developments they are doing, they understand the different all the clients and to find out what are those requirements. Then they released a one different module called as a extended warehouse management. So the functionality and scope are different. In EWM, you have advanced features where warehouse management is primary. So integration with SAP S4HANA. And whereas SAP WM is part of the ECC, the SAP S4HANA is a inbuilt because ECC and S4HANA. The difference between ECC stands for Enterprise Center Component and S4HANA is in-memory component. When they have started this SAP, they are using the database, Oracle database. Now, from 7 years back, they released a database also with SAP. They released their own database that is called a HANA database, which is which is used right now across the SAPs. So SAP WM is part of the old database, which is the Oracle database, and whereas now SAP has S4HANA database, the warehouse management. Now let's talk about supply chain logistics. You all can go to this particular SAP web portal and to check this SAP supply chain logistics. SAP supply chain logistics is a product within SAP where there are multiple solutions. One of the solution, and as part of my as part of our our digital logistics company, so I deal with all these three components: SAP transportation management, yard logistics, external warehouse management. All three, all these three, I deliver the trainings across the globe as in corporate trainings from SAP education and as well as private from my side as well. So as part of this particular demo, we are focusing on SAP Extended Warehouse Management. Now, why to enroll this particular program? So growing demand in various industries and integration with SAP S4HANA and advanced functionalities and automation requirements. So career growth and opportunities. That is there's a lot of career and job opportunities in the space of EWM. So who can enroll if you are SD, OTC, or P2P, or background who are not in SAP? Those are all can. There is no definite rule that you are the people who can enroll, but the people who are not familiar with SAP at all, they need to run an extra mile. Make sure you are ready to do you are ready to run extra mile, do the hard work, and understand that gist is required to join the program. So once you have this domain experts, SAP technical experts, they can enroll for the program. And why you need to enroll this program is the market demand and to have enhanced logistic functions. And you will become a SAP consultant in the program timelines is 45 to 50 hours, which leads to 45 to 50 days and daily 50 to 60 minutes. And every day you need to attend the program except Sundays. And also the broader process knowledge and the customer experience. And moreover, the SAP WM is going to get phased out by 2030. All the customers need to move from the WM to EWM. For next 20 years, if you are a EWM consultant, your job is secured and you are in sync with the market because there are around 20,000 entrepreneur 20,000 enterprises are need to migrate from WM to EWM. When I say enterprises, each of the enterprises, there is around one enterprise. If I talk about the Coke itself, they have around 523 warehouses. Imagine this 20,000 entrepreneurs, how many warehouses they have. To manage the how many warehouses, to move them from WM to EWM, how many consultants are required. So the potentiality of the extended warehouse management is phenomenal. Next, you will become a consultant and real solutions, leading organizations to optimize solutions. Your future-proof skill because you are in the digital logistics sustainability trend and you have a high skills at the top companies across industries. Now again, I said this is digital transformation, spot warehousing, growing demand, and growth factors, and job market and career opportunities. If it's in US, there is around uh, 120,000 USD per annum. Similarly, in India, for a consultant like EWM, 15 lakhs, 10 to 15 lakhs package they have per annum. And typically the industries have challenges like inefficiencies, complex transportation, etc. For that particular purpose, SAP EWM is the solution to meet those challenges for those enterprises. Now, with this, I would like to say that what we are going to bring. The training approach, as we just see, we show the in the PPT and PowerPoint we explain, and with a digital pad also we explain apart from 5Ws approach and real-time industry scenarios. I've taken one example within the warehouse, which is the storage section, which is the one functionality of the extended warehouse management. We discuss each of the function 5Ws, like who, where, when, why, what. So what is storage section is a subdivision of the storage type. And similarly, where we use it during the physical areas in the warehouse, and why we use during have a warehouse operations optimizations, and who will be using warehouse managers, operators, and when we're using the picking and packing. Similarly, we consider the industries. Suppose say the pharmaceutical industries like Novartis or Pfizer, how this particular handling units are used in the pharmaceutical industry. By using SAP EWM, the handling unit management, this particular industry like Novartis or MSD or Pfizer, they will have a compliance with health regulations, maintain inventory accuracy, and reducing the risk. Similarly, the automotive industry like Volvo, Bench, yeah, or Toyota, these particular industry use the handling unit management, high inventory to have a benefit of high inventory turnover, production efficiency, improving the production efficiency. And similarly, like Walmart or Alibaba or e-commerce industries like Amazon, these clients of these particular industries, of this industry vertical as a retail or e-commerce, they use these handling units for the quick order fulfillment and support high volumes. So the typical pharma industry look like this, where you have a rack. In the rack, you have a different medicines. So in the warehouse of the pharmaceutical industry, you can imagine when you working during the put away and picking. If someone asks this particular bottle of this particular material, particular product, then how to pick? This is the each of this you have racks, and the racks will have labels saying that okay, this is the label. Label means the bin label. In the bin label, you have this particular product. See, this particular product is stored in this bin in this location. This is a different product stored in this location. They are, see, different products are stored in different locations. Similarly, automotive industry, like Volvo, they have a doors they store here like this. The racks are like this. Each of one of them, it'll have a locations. And if you have a spare parts like bolts, nuts, and mirrors, or doormats, those kind of things will be stored like in the big heavy products like doors and all. They store in this kind of racks like doormats and lightweight products or bolts, nuts, etc. Those will be stored in this kind of racks. Similarly, the retail industry. This is very common, very complex industry when it comes to the warehouse. Where you see there will be retail or e-commerce industry, there's all the materials. When you order a product, there will be cartoon will be coming here, they'll be storing it. Typically, the retail distribution warehouse look like this. Now, what we are going to give a support in the program, the process understanding, 5Ws, industry vertical, and we are going to show the configuration behind it. First, we explain show and tell approach. First, we show what is the explanation, then we show the configuration, then we talk about process understanding, 5Ws, industry vertical, and then we go to the transaction. Daily class recordings will be shared, and each one of you will have a WhatsApp group will be created to have question and answers if any, and daily assignments will be there. You need to be ready with assignments to do daily, and daily you will daily class you must attend on time. And similarly, you will be working on S4 on a 2021 environment. This is me. Yeah, you will be working on EWM. Each one of you will have individual user ID and support through WhatsApp groups and session recordings. And similarly, you will have, if you are thinking that you are thinking that you have limited growth without SAP expertise, or you are struggling with the logistic challenges when you are working, or you think that falling behind the skilled professionals or lack of hands-on experience, then this program for you. And next, this is the topics which we are going to cover in the program: introduction, EWM structure, overview of external warehouse management, master data, interface setup, cross-process settings, a lot more. Inbound process and outbound process, and then an internal inbound process and outbound process, and then internal process, Fury, Delta features. This all we'll be covering as part of the program. So majorly don'ts of the program is don't avoid passive participation and don't skip basics and don't compare with others At the same time, you don't get distracted with others. Don't give up your challenge. Be ready. And for the program, this is the Q&A session. I'm opening the Q&A session. If you have any questions at any given point of time, you can reach out to this number as well. I would like to pause the recording and take up the questions if you have any. Thank you. Yeah, anyone? Hello, do you hear me?
Yeah, hi Shiv.
Shibani?
Shiv, can you get a recording of this session?
Yeah, you will.
Yes, there are some important points that I might have missed.
Sure, you will.
Okay, okay, thank you. And one
You
more,
you drop
yes, Shiv.
a email because
Okay.
I don't have a email. You drop a email. Yeah.
Email ID, is it?
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. If you drop a email to this email ID, you will get the recording.
Okay, okay, Shiv. Yeah, thanks.
Next. Anyone else have any questions? So the already the EWM batches are going on and the TM batch is already going on. So already we completed almost 60% of the TM training. Now the batch we are planning to start the EWM on 1st of the May. Yeah, because the time is also fixed 6:30 a.m. because it's the first day. So next day onwards it's a 7 because that is the time which I got to know that that's a auspicious day and auspicious time. So that's the reason the date and times were fixed 6:30 a.m. on first, and later day it will be from 7 a.m. IST. That's the second point. And there is early bird registration, early bird discounts also there. Yeah, those are the updates. Yeah, any other questions? Someone is speaking. Okay, you're saying something.
What should be the course fee for
Real.
EWM course?
Ah, yeah. Course fees. Course fees is it's hours and all. Anyway, 26,500. If early bird 15th of April, if someone pays, then 22,500.
Okay. And what about the certification? Is it a global certification which can be used anywhere, or like it's a certificate that would be issued from your end?
My certification will not meet your requirement. For the certification, there is a SAP is the only ERP company who will be giving the certification. So that is a separate enrollment, and you need to apply for the certification and you need to pass. They are the people who are going to give a certification.
Okay, so will it be facilitated from your end? Like
Yes,
we
sure,
can.
sure, sure, sure.
Okay, okay. And how much does that global certification cost? Like,
Um, okay, I'm coming to you, Seema Sanjeev. Okay. Ah, I'm talking to you about the certification. I'll take this, then I will take your question, Seema. So, global certification cost 25,000, 27, 25 to including taxes in between to 25 to 30,000.
okay, okay,
Don't worry. Once first the thing is get the subject. I am the one who's help you to get you certified. Don't worry. But
okay, sure.
once
Thank you so much.
all of you, I suggest after learning, please do the certification because that shows the confidence to the clients. The consulting companies also feel the confidence that you know something. So make sure you plan for that budget or plan. You plan the money and plan for aim for the certification. Yeah, that's very important. So the certification after training, I will tell you that how to apply and how to get the enrollment and how to get through the certification. I'll guide you how to get you through. And anyway, if you follow my training, you don't need any support to pass that exam. However, I'll see I make sure that you pass the certification after the training once you enroll. So that is about the certification. Second thing is TM duration. TM also starting on the May 1st itself. The same like 45 to 50 hours, um, 45 to 50 days. It is my plan is 7 to 8 EWM and 8 to 9 TM. That's my plan. And coming back to the difference between TM and EWM. Okay. For this, I will go to this. Yes. Hope you are seeing my screen of the PPT. Okay. So here, if you see the difference between TM and EWM is the warehouse is the place to store the material, and transportation is the department takes care of takes care of transportation. It could be how you will transport the material. Either it could be ship. So if your is material, suppose say let us take a company like let us take a company who has a presence across the globe. Let us take a Toyota. Toyota has a presence across the globe, or Tesla. Let's take example of Tesla. Tesla is first of all they manufacture the
Yes.
product in the Japan. They need to ship their cars from the Japan to USA. So it means they need to use air, air shipment. And after that, air shipment, the car has come to USA. After coming to the USA, these cars need to load in the rail. And after that, from the rail, it is loaded on the rail. After that, rail will go to the New Jersey. After the New Jersey, from the New Jersey, it has to go by a road to the distribution centers, to the retail stores, I would say, retail stores or distribution centers, distribution centers. Ultimately, the car manufactured in the Japan need to come to New Jersey. Not only New Jersey, it has to come to the specific place, the distribution center or retail store, so that the people in the New Jersey can go and buy the car of the Tesla in the New Jersey. How this particular car can come from the Japan to the New Jersey, which is in USA. For this, you need a multiple modes. You need air shipment, rail shipment, and road shipment. But how? How it can be? How you manage this activity, this transportation activity, is managed by the transportation management. That is called a transportation management module of the SAP transportation management module. There are similar to, as I said, ERP. ERPs also, there are many ERPs, but SAP is the number one. Similarly, each of the function, finance department,
There are many ERPs, as it
there
is.
are many ERPs. HR, there are many ERPs. But across multiple departments, all SAP is all about integration. How the data is going from one area to finance department paying the finance department pay the money for the raw materials which was procured by the purchase department. How this communication? There is no emails or nothing. Automatically, the finance department will get noted. Now, the transportation department, how they will know? As soon as I do the loading, automated the transportation department need to take care of their activities. This TM module will make sure that the data is flowing from there. The handshake is there between sales department to transportation department, so that the transportation department, by using the SAP TM functionality, they can plan to move or to transport the cars those are manufactured in Japan to New Jersey, USA via these transport modes. This is all about how efficiently you transport from the source to destination. That is the transportation management. In the warehouse is how efficiently you store the material and how efficiently you pick the material is the warehouse. How efficiently you transport from one location to other location is the SAP TM in the nutshell. Any other questions? Yeah, last question. As you said, batch starts from 1st May. Oh, approx end date. You can consider as a 50 man days, right? You can, yeah, maybe it's maybe June end because the weekends are there. Any other questions? Certification process start post course. Yes, of course. Without learning, you want to you wish to go for certification without start of the without learning. I don't advise because certification process won't take much time. Maybe it is once you start the process, let's say you enrolled. I'm just thinking that you are thinking that it's going to take time. Yeah. So all of you, the certification process, will not take much time. If you enroll on tomorrow, if you enroll tomorrow, in the next 3 4 days, you will get a slot for the exam. Then you can go for the certification. Yeah, dumps you will provide. Yeah, sure. Well, I don't think you need my training will not need you the dumps if you follow my training. But still, if you want, yeah, sure. Thank you. Any other questions? Enrollment, whom do you contact? You already have my employee who has contacted you. Yeah, she will contact. You can contact and she will contact. Yeah. So if no further questions, I think we can conclude. Any other questions by anyone? Sai Prakash Madhupati, Supriya. Sai Prakash Madhupati, you joined a bit late, right? I don't know you. Sai Prakash, you are there? Sai Prakash? Yeah, you cannot speak. Sai Prakash, you are hear me? Yes, Shubhani, as I explained now, the configuration is also part of that. Sai Prakash, can you give me some background of what you do now? Oh, you work on OTC. How long you are into OTC? Okay, 3 years. Okay. So you have any questions, Sai Prakash? Okay. Okay. Then thank you. Have a great weekend, all of you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Shiv. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shiv.
Thank you. Thank you.